welcome to the video. This is a first look at the new Salt Lake City International Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. This is put out by Pacific Island Simulation, and I'm really excited to take a look at this with you. And as we go into the terminal here, we can see the ticket desks are all put up there for the various airlines. Looks pretty good here. I like the flooring. Like that they have the lanes made out there for people to stand in line. And just so that you know, there is all Delta desks on the other side. Delta counters are on the other side. And we're moving on down here now toward the TSA area. And I like that they have the lane set up here, but it looks awful empty. It sure nicer if we had some people in here. I think that'd probably be my first complaint. We'll see if we see some people as we move along. But I do like the TSA area here. I like the scanners. You have the conveyor belts there for your luggage to go through, and that looks really nice. Done a real nice job modeling here. So let's go ahead and go through one of the scanners here. Let's see if I can make it. Yeah, we made it. Okay. And I see rollers here on the other side, which is really nice touch. I like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on over into the terminal area here. Have some potted plants here on either side. Walls look kind of plain. I'm not sure real world what this looks like. I am going to post a video though that I found a real world. It didn't show as I recall this area, but it does show this area as we come into this main area. And I do like the walls up there. This is a real nice little area over here. I like the fireplace with the stone there on the right and the chairs to relax in. Got a little cafe off to our left. And I like that this is a space that you can actually come in and walk around in, and not just a picture on the wall to illustrate the space, as some add-on airports do. It's very nice. I wish I could think of the name of the ropes there for the lines that they use. I can't think of the name there for that, but I like that they have that for people. Let's go ahead and move on down here as we move toward the gates. You see CBS there, it look like. Little market, Starbucks coffee. We got a Starbucks coffee. Again, I like it. Looks like it's not a picture on the wall, but an actual space that they created where you can come in. You see the tables, the chairs. You have a counter. Looks really nice. I like it. I like that they did that. Sculpture on the wall. That's what I was trying to think earlier. Up there, I like the sculpture that they put up there. And again, I'll link a video below. Showing that. It does show this area, and it's looks really good. Again, another space that we can go in. I like that. Let's go ahead and move on down closer to the gates. I do have live air traffic being simulated in there, so that way it's not just a quiet little walk through here. We have some escalators. I imagine that probably, now I'm not familiar with this airport in real life, but I imagine this must go down to where the tram is that goes over to the terminal out further. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything to see down there. And nope, it goes down into a wall. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move back. And again, I like the restaurants that they have modeled here. I like the signage that they have up on the walls. Looks really good. Very, very pleased with this airport. We have got some more signs over here to our left. This is a big Delta terminal. I would imagine that all the gates here in this terminal will be Delta. Got a closed door there on our left. That looks more like a painting there than the actual space. That's the first one I've noticed. Like the windows up top. Again, this looks like space that you can actually go in. I love that. I love that they do that. Now the chairs. I'm noticing the chairs here in the terminal area where travelers would sit and wait for their flight, and those chairs look modeled really nice. I like that. I like the way those look. Just to check, yes, this terminal is, this gate anyway, is a Delta gate, it looks like. I like the modeling of the counter there, the screen behind the counter. Let's go ahead and pull on out, and I see some restrooms over here to our left. Have some tables out here in the main area too, which is kind of interesting. Up top, have a display there with the flights, probably departing and arrival flights, and we have some escalators here in the middle that people can get on and not have to walk so much. More Delta gates. Signage over here on the right. Let's take a look at that. And I like it. I like the nice signage. I like the space that you can go into. I'm very impressed with this airport so far. Very good job. I have a feeling this is a very long terminal here. So, as you recall, we went down to a T and we went to the left. Restrooms. There's Starbucks coffee here to our right. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward us here down to the end of the terminal and see what we see down there. It looks like we just have a lot of the same repeating stuff going on here at this point. But escalators here, let's see what we got here. And okay, we go down into a stone wall. Perhaps this is something they may model down down the line a little bit. I would like to see some people in here. I have noticed that a lot of airport add-ons now are even adding animated people inside the terminals that are walking around and doing things. So that's kind of cool. We're at gate A13 now. As you can see, it's kind of sunset late in the evening. I do like the chairs, how they're modeled here. So, let's go ahead and go on down to the end of the terminal here now. Alright, so here we are. We're down at the end of the terminal on the left side as we take a left there at the T. And we have some gates, and it looks like we've now transitioned to some carpet here. And we have our end gates here at the end of the terminal. It's really nice. I really like it. So we're going to go on back down to the other end of the where the terminal teed, and we're going to go on down to the right hand side and see what we see over there. So let me go ahead and fast forward us there. Okay, so now we're back down to the middle section here, and we're going to go ahead and as you see, yeah, we're in the middle section. I love the sculpture up there on the wall. Looks really good. let's go ahead and go down to the other side of the terminal here and see what we see. Those are the escalators that go down to nothing. I imagine that's probably a subway there. Get out to the other terminal. I imagine we'll probably see a lot of the same going the other way as well. I like, again, the spaces that are created there. They're not just pictures on a wall depicting a store there, but you can actually go into that space and look around. It's kind of cool. Yeah, the arrival and departure sign there, another market. And we have some more, and I believe that these should all be Delta gates down here. All these should be Delta in this terminal. I think we kind of get the idea what this is going to look like. It all looks really good. Very similar to the other side, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward at this point again. Okay, so now we're here at the other end of the terminal. As expected, it looks really good. Got a carpeted area here. The gates here at the end of the terminal. So let's go ahead and slide on over here to the side a little bit, take a look outside. I think what we'll do is see what it looks like outside here. So we'll pop on out here, take a look outside. And I am injecting live air traffic, so that way it's a little more interesting than just looking at an empty airport. So that was the terminal we were just in. They got a parking garage over there to the left, and on to the right here we have the new terminal, but we'll just kind of scan over here to the left and see what we have. Looks really good out here. A lot of trucks, a lot of carts and whatnot out here. This airport looks really nice with the mountains there nearby. And this is the new area over here, new terminal that's not open yet, and I like that they have it modeled here, that it's just not dirt. They have the building here, they have some barriers up because obviously those are not gates that the people will go to yet. But I like that it's here, I like that they put the barriers up, I like that attention to detail that they put in there. Really nice. Now, I wonder what it looks like inside. I wonder if they even have it modeled yet. Pretty cool if they have it modeled, but nothing's quite really in there yet because it's not open. It's still under construction. So let's see what it looks like inside. Let's go inside over here. Take a look. Get sun glare out of our eyes. Looks like things are modeled in here. See columns and floor. And it is modeled in here. That's a nice surprise. I like it. And we do not see any terminal chairs or seats or anything like that yet. No signage. This is definitely an area that is under construction still. So I do like it. The only concern that comes to mind right away is I hope that they have an update shortly after this area is opened. Otherwise, there's a potential, I think, that when you're injecting live air traffic, you could have airplanes at the gates down here, and yet you have these concrete barriers up, so it kind of would defeat the illusion a little bit. I'm sure they probably have this already ready to go when the time comes. And we do not see any stores in here. There's no stores, just spaces open over there. Spaces where chairs will eventually go. So it definitely looks like an area that's not completed yet. It's under construction, it's being finished, and I like that they modeled that. So let's go ahead and move forward to the other side. Okay, so now we're on the other side of this terminal, the open side. Let's take a look. This is probably where that tram would come across if it was modeled from the other terminal there. But it's not modeled. Maybe they'll model that in the future. And I see Southwest sign up here and some signage on the right. So I imagine this is the terminal where the other airlines would come to the gates. Just kind of take a peek around, see what it looks like, and kind of what gates which airline might go to. Looks very similar to the other terminal. I like the flooring and the seats, all modeled really well. See Southwest there on the right and left. You have some more stores. Very similar to the other side. We can go in the space here, look around. Feels really good. I like it. Some bathrooms again to the left. Departures and arrival sign here. Overall, I'm very impressed with this airport. They've done a very good job. It just seems very empty with no people in it. I hope that perhaps in some future updates they will add people. I know I have an airport in Tampa, Florida that when I first got it, the terminals were empty like this as well. And then when we got an update, I noticed that they put some animated people in there. Not a lot yet, but I'm hoping that airport too will continue to add more people into it. I like the fact that they did put animated people in there, not just stationary figures. It looks like we have a Spirit gate here to our right. Another cafe eating area with tables and chairs. Walking on down to the end here. Just trying to figure out here what airline would use this gate. It's not really saying on the signs up above. It's kind of more generic. Just a Salt Lake City image there in the computer. Let's take a look outside, see what we have. Looks like an American airline at that gate. Oh yeah, there's American airline on the wall. So that makes sense. Even though the screen is a generic Salt Lake City screen up there. I like this stone that they have on the wall there behind the cafe there on the right. Now we're at B7. There's that American airline jet out there. Go back and keep moving down, see what else we can see. Frontier there on the left. JetBlue looks like here on the right. Don't know that necessarily means they have to be at that gate, but I'd probably want to be at that gate if I were flying one of those airlines. Just because then you have the signage for your airline there, which is nice. Looks like we're coming to the end of the terminal. You see Delta there. So it looks like we have some Delta gates again down here at the end of the terminal. And very much like the other terminal, we have some carpet down here at the end. We have some nice terminal chairs, seating. And let's pop outside. So I've increased my camera speed a little bit here, so we can cover a little bit more area a little faster outdoors, and see what kind of buildings we have out here. The video's getting a little long here, so I'm trying to speed up a little bit. But the buildings, from the pictures anyway, that they posted look really good. And this looks like a Sky West hangar. And we have a Delta terminal or a hangar here. And in the pictures, they actually had a 747 inside there. It does not look like that's modeled there as a static display. So you could potentially pull your airplane in there, I suppose, if you wanted to. This all looks really nice. And very happy with that. Now this looks like it might be just default texture over here from Microsoft Flight Sim. I'm not sure that they actually modeled that or not. Let's go on down to the other side and take a peek down there. Okay, we're going to go way out here, see if any of this is modeled. Alright, so I see a Boeing building here. Looks like more just an office building than anything. And I'm not sure that this texture here is actually modeled or if this is just part of Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 here. Like the runways, the way the runways and the concrete and pavement asphalt all look really good. Markings look good. That's that closed terminal area with the concrete barriers around it. No gates in there yet either, I noticed, no jetways. Just looking at the markings, the gates are marked there, the numbers are marked out there at the end, close to the taxiway. Just that. Don't see any gate numbers up on the walls or anything, or at the end of the jetways. Just down there painted on the ground. Overall, looks really good. Now we jumped over to the terminal here that's over by the parking lot, just taking a look at some of these parking spaces. I like that it looks like you can actually go through this little breezeway here. Looks really good. Very impressed with this airport. I like it a lot. This was a good purchase for me at least. See a little sign there on the wall. I don't know if that's like a parking sign for when you're coming in and parking, so you don't have a marshaller actually down on the ground, perhaps in that spot. What's over here? This little hole. I'm not sure where that goes to. Not sure why they would have that. Maybe it goes underground. I don't know. Parking garage looks really nice. Looks like some cars are modeled inside there. parking area out here. Okay, so I've slowed my camera down a little bit so we can look through here a little bit with the roads coming into the terminal. And I see a little area over here. I wonder if anything's modeled in here. It says arrivals. It's just a space. Not really sure. The road doesn't look super great down here to me. See if the walkway is modeled in. Kind of in a walkway. It looks like from the parking garage to the terminal. Really not much in here at all. I'm not sure if this is default scenery down here where this road and cars are, or if this is part of their scenery. Overall, the buildings look really good out here. Let's see what kind of signage they have over here, if any. See arrivals. Let's go inside. And this looks a little funky. Okay, so this is not an area that we're going to go into yet. I thought maybe they might have some baggage claims or something modeled down here. Does not look like they do, so let's go and see. Now these roads look really nice up here. Let's go inside and see what we got here. And this looks a little funky as well. I'm not sure what what this is. Okay, let's go down. Oh, okay, now this is weird. This is where we began with the gate, not the gates, but the ticket counters. They have all the roped off areas for the lines. That was a little funky. It didn't really line up outdoors with the road versus to the terminal. These escalators don't really look like they go anywhere. Now we're kind of on the pavement here. That's weird. That's, yeah, okay, we're on the roof here. So this is kind of the level you'd want to be if you were going into the terminal from the road. Let's just take another look at that. And okay, here we are inside the terminal. We do not have the roped off area. That's odd. We didn't go very much. Let's go down. See what we see if we slide over. Let's take another look here and see. Okay, we go down. Oh, we couldn't go down. Now we can go down. We see the roped off area, and we're at the ground level here for the drop out. That's really just kind of strange. Be aware of it. It's not a showstopper to me, but it's just something to be aware of if you're making videos or whatnot. That when you're on the second level with the road, when you go inside, you have to kind of go down one level. So there we go. That's the airport. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the FedEx area next. Alright, so we're over here in the cargo area now. Taking a look here, and it looks like we have some Delta cargo area. Got a lot of clutter in there. That's nice. A lot of stuff to look at. Doesn't seem to have a lot of drain on my frames per minute either. Seems to be pretty smooth. Like that they have fencing up around the yards. Adds to some of the realism. What we have over here is this another cargo area. I don't know if this is FedEx. No. Looks like we have the U.S. Post Office area. Just trying to find out what the boundaries are here of what's airport and then what becomes Microsoft Flight Sim scenery. Looks like we have some parking spots here for airplanes to come in. Once we get outside the fence line here, this is probably Microsoft Flight Sim scenery. We have road cars driving over parking lots and things like that. Some strangeness going on there. But I have vehicles, not too many vehicles, but I have a few vehicles turned on for Microsoft Flight Sim. We have some nice trees over here. Looks like we have looks like a gas station here. That's right, I do remember one in the pictures. We got a Chevron station here, it looks like. Let's see what this looks like. I like that they modeled a little gas station here in this part of the scenery. And we have some places to eat and drink. Burger King. I'm sure nothing is modeled inside, so I don't think I'll go inside. But they have the pumps modeled out here and some little trash cans and stuff. It looks good. Take another look at the other side of these buildings here, see how they look. I like that they have fencing around. I like that they put some landscaping in with rocks and trees and grass. This is back to the Delta cargo area. There's some loaders over here. I like the lighting posts that they have there in the yard as well. A lot of attention to detail. They've done a really good job of this airport. I really, overall, am very impressed with it. I just wish that they would put some people in the terminal. Animated people would even be better. I hope that that's a trend with airports. I'm starting to see that more and more in airports, is them having animated people in there. So I hope that that is something to come in the future. I also hope that when the new area of the terminal over there is open, that they will update the airport and remove the barriers, and so we don't have live traffic being injected like I do here, and have a plane parked over there, but there's a concrete barrier in the way. Overall, looks good down there where the cars come in. The road looks good there on the second level. So this is a first look at the airport here for Salt Lake City. I hope you enjoyed this first look.